vegetables that we grow in these gardens are used for people that are in need. Soup kitchens, rescue missions, women's shelters, food pantries, and individuals in the neighborhood that say I pick a couple buckets of tomatoes, we just go around and hand them out and give them out to people that need them, and that don't even necessarily need them, that help with their grocery bills or something like that. You know, people that are struggling in the economy, especially the way it is now. The soup kitchen here in the city, most of them work the same way, but the one here in York serve breakfast and lunch to people who need it, 5 days a week, Monday through Friday. So it's anybody that needs to eat, or you know anybody that needs food, you know, get a hot meal or anything like that, that's where you would go. Food pantry is where you can, family individuals can go and get a couple bags of food once or maybe even twice a month. So the food pantry is where you get, you know, a couple bags of food just a couple times a month, whereas the soup kitchen you can go and eat a meal, breakfast and or lunch. There's a lot of places for people to go to eat, but not necessarily we all need to pitch in and help supply them places so they have the food to give people. There are churches that go around the parking lots and serve food also, which I've also contributed. There's a church that serves every Sunday afternoon. It's very close to the garden, so I carry a couple baskets or a couple buckets of stuff up there each week and hand it out in the soup gardens.
Would you mind telling how you got the idea, Mr. Martin? Because I thought that was really a neat story.
I was homeless. I ran into some bad times or some hard times. I became homeless. I was sleeping on top of the parking garage in York. I was eating from soup kitchens. I was eating from the missions. That's how I got clothes, everything that I needed. Once I started getting my feet back on the ground a little bit and starting to, you know, be a little better with myself, I wanted to do something to help other people out. I saw a need for fresh fruits and vegetables, not out of a can. I got, you know, it's really, you get tired of eating out of a can. And I was walking by the lot, and I said, God, if this is what you want me to do, let it happen. And the same day, I had the piece of property, and a week later, 2 weeks later, I was cleaning it up and making it into a nice garden. The first year, I got 1,400 pounds of food. The last year, I got 10,000 pounds of food. This year, I'm doing some remodeling. I have a landscaper that's coming out and going to level the whole piece of property for me. So I've been tearing the beds up that I put in there, and he's going to come up and level the property. We're going to build new beds. We're going to put more dirt in them, and this way I can utilize about 99% of the space. We might get a lot more. I'm expecting a lot more than 10,000 pounds. The city actually offered me another 1.5 acres for this year. So whatever plants I won't fit in the 2 gardens, I can keep adding. You know, I have another spot to put them all on. We're going to do some corn this year too, I think. You guys are working hard. You're spending your time to grow these plants and help feed people. And I thank you. You know, and I'm sure the people that are eating it, they're going to be eating the food this year, are thanking you also.
There's so much food that you grow, and you told me something that happened with the tomatoes, because you had so many tomatoes about the canning so that people can enjoy it all year long. Would you just mind sharing that, because they might not know what that is?
Last year, we had quite a bit of tomatoes. I had 400 tomato plants last year, and I was picking buckets and buckets and buckets and buckets of tomatoes. And what some people that have the United Way garden, a woman down there runs it, came and asked me if we could use the tomatoes and do some canning. And that's one of the things I'm going to do again this year. I have a church that actually has stepped up to using it so we can use the kitchen. Is we're going to put out advertisements for people in the neighborhood to bring their own canning jars, and we'll supply the tomatoes and or whatever else at the time, green beans, whatever. And we're going to start canning and teach them how to can their own vegetables, and therefore they'll be able, what they can, they'll be able to take home, and it'll be good for during the winter. It's not just going to be picking a handful of beans, putting them on their plate for that night. It'll be putting them in the cupboard that they can use them all winter long too. So it's going to help that way also. What's my favorite thing about gardening? It's peaceful. It's relaxing. It's my favorite part is helping people, and everything in the garden. You know, I just love doing it. And it's a lot of work, and sometimes I look at it and man, I really have to do this. And no, the answer is no, I don't have to do it. But I like doing it. I like being outside. You know, a nice sunny day. You hear birds chirping in the early morning. Just knowing that them vegetables are going to help somebody. That's my favorite.